Heya Cryptozens. Tonight's show: Mount Gox Fud, India raids CoinSwitch, and Pertsev's alleged Russian ties. It's 10 p.m. Pacific, and the date is August 28th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nikodemus, and I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex, and together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. FUD is an amazing thing. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. If you were to try to spread a positive rumor, that's tough. Sometimes it seems like it's even harder to do when it's the truth. But really, virally spreading good news? That's tough. Tough, but not impossible. On the other hand, stopping negative rumors, that's all but impossible. You just can't get ahead of fear, uncertainty, and doubt because FUD moves at the speed of lies. Today is August 28th, and I'm writing this in the evening Pacific time, so there's not a lot of time left on the day. That means that FUDders are wrong yet again. Don't listen to FUDders. They're not your friend. Now, here's what I mean. Yesterday, Saturday the 27th, Bitcoin had a hard time. It lost 20K for the first time since around the middle of last month. Now, I won't say it's entirely the FUDders' fault, because it's not, but they may have had a strong hand in it, because rumors started up about a sell-off. Rumors were going around that people who were owed money off of the Mt. Gox incident were going to start getting their Bitcoin today, the 28th. Clearly, that didn't happen. But thin liquidity on top of a bear market, on top of really tough comments from Chairman Powell at Jackson Hole, these all appeared to depress Bitcoin's price action yesterday, pushing Bitcoin down below 20,000. And it's struggling still. Bitcoin has been dumping steadily pretty much all day today. As I write this right now, it's sitting at around 19,600. In this case, we're talking about the Mt. Gox heist. 850,000 Bitcoin were lost to hackers. Only 150,000 have been returned. So there's around 137,000 Bitcoin owned to depositors on Mt. Gox. Now, these unconfirmed rumors were that 137,000 Bitcoin were going to be released all at once. Other similar rumors said that they would be sent out a bit at a time and that those payments were expected to begin today. In any case, the scary part of the rumor was simple. People were going to want their money. So the theory was that these people who had lost money almost 10 years ago would be dumping their Bitcoin as soon as they get it back. Because while Bitcoin is on the decline for the moment, back when they bought it, back when Bitcoin was stolen almost a decade ago, Bitcoin was only worth about $500 each. So if people got their Bitcoin back today and they sold it, they'd be looking at an easy 40 times return on their investment. Now, we covered this sometime back. At the beginning of July, we had a segment on Mt. Gox. Nobuaki Kobayashi is the appointed rehabilitation trustee for this case. On July 6th, he announced that he was, quote, preparing to make repayments to creditors. Now, in the PDF on mountgox.com, he gives the end of August as the time frame where initial repayments might begin. He said, quote, following discussions with the court and in accordance with the rehabilitation plan, the rehabilitation trustee plans to set the assignment, etc., restriction reference period from approximately the end of August this year until all or part of the repayments made as initial repayments is completed for safe and secure repayments. But that's it. There's been no official announcement about anything else. And this is only for those who took the option to get Bitcoin back in an early lump sum. So they're only going to be getting a percentage of what they lost anyway. Now, everybody else, they have to wait until the end of civil rehabilitation. That is expected to take significantly longer, on the order of years. Now, there are some who are concerned that this is going to be a massive Bitcoin price dump. And I get that. But it's not realistic. 140,000 Bitcoin is less than $3 billion. Bitcoin does 20 to 30 billion every day. So while sure, 140,000 Bitcoin being dumped on the market all at once would be painful, but it's not the end of Bitcoin as we know it. And beyond that, not everybody is getting Bitcoin back because they were given an option, and some people might have chosen the US dollar or Bitcoin Cash as their repayment denomination. In any case, people would know about it because the repayment plan is going to require some coordination and some communication. They're going to want to know where and how the repayment is supposed to go. And that would be a question that they would be asking their creditors. And further, nobody knows exactly how much they're going to be getting. For this kind of thing, there'd be correspondence well in advance of any money just being sent out. There's going to be instructions, and they're going to want the media to report this. They're not going to try to keep it a secret. So at the very least, we would be hearing from people getting questionnaires asking how and where they want their repayment sent. Crypto Twitter is a rumor mill, as demonstrated. As much unnecessary fear as there is around this topic, when we start to see real signs of repayment coming, you'll know. And it won't be a question. It'll be obvious that payments are about to begin. And even then, there's no reason to fear. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $945 billion. That's down 2.47%. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin down 1.93%, Ethereum down 3.83%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin down 0.11%. Recently, India's Directorate of Enforcement, or ED, searched the offices of CoinSwitch Kuber. They also searched the homes of the CEO and the company's directors. The ED is India's Financial Crime Investigation Agency. Now, reportedly, they were looking for information about a potential violation of the Foreign Exchange Maintenance Act. Now, reportedly, this is because CoinSwitch Kuber wasn't playing nicely. According to local media, they weren't cooperating with the investigation. One such report said, quote, "We receive queries from various government agencies. Our approach has always been that of transparency. Crypto is an early-stage industry with a lot of potential, and we continuously engage with all stakeholders," an unnamed CoinSwitch spokesperson said in a statement on the latest development. And the enforcement directorate has been busy lately. They're investigating 10 different crypto exchanges for money laundering. They're accused of enabling over $125 million worth of currency to be laundered. Much of that is linked to illegal online betting companies housed in China. In addition, they raided one of the directors of WazirX. They froze his bank account worth nearly $8 million. Now remember this, we covered it at the time. A big old Twitter fight propped up, questioning who owns WazirX. WazirX, they're claiming to be owned by Binance. Meanwhile, CZ is both critical of WazirX's business practices and denying ownership. And we talked about FlipVault and their Vault platform. Their bank account got frozen. Again, allegations of money laundering. Ashish Singhal is CoinSwitch Kuber's CEO. He's not having it with the rumors. Yesterday, he came out with details of the raids. In a Twitter thread, he said the searches didn't have anything to do with money laundering. He said that they've been cooperative with the investigation, and he said that there's no violation of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. No, he says that the problem is a lack of clarity around cryptocurrencies, whether they should be counted as commodities, currency, or securities. He said, quote, "India is not alone. Australia is carrying out a token mapping to understand this. In the US, there is an ongoing debate of whether some crypto is considered commodities, others securities." Reuters filed a new report on Saturday. In that report, they claim ED officials seized financial documents during the raid. They reportedly were interested in the company's foreign investments, income, and monetary outflows, all in an attempt to verify compliance with the law. In that report, Singhal declined to talk specifics on the allegations, citing legal sensitivities. The global NFT market cap is up 1.86%. Sales volume is down 12.68% in 24 hours. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Bored Apes, followed by Women Ape Yacht Club, Otherdeed, Azuki, and CryptoPunks. Now keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. Alexei Pertsev is the Dutch web programmer arrested in Amsterdam over his alleged involvement in developing the once popular crypto mixing protocol Tornado Cash. I say once popular because the Tornado Cash protocol has been sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department. Now, we covered it at the time when the Office of Foreign Asset Control added Tornado Cash to the sanctioned list on August 8th. We also covered it here on August 10th when he was arrested by Dutch authorities. These actions by the Dutch government have sparked protests and acts of civil disobedience from privacy activists. The idea that someone could be jailed for writing software that's free and open to anyone to use rightly stirred a significant segment of both the crypto community and privacy activism. So, it's always been thought that Pertsev was arrested for his work on Tornado Cash. That view has not changed. But the reason for the arrest, beyond writing some code, have been brought up some questions around Pertsev and his arrest. Charon is an intelligence firm. Now, according to them, Pertsev used to be employed by a company linked to Russia's intelligence community. They put out a report that said, in part, the individual identified by various media reports as a developer of Tornado Cash is a former employee of a Russian company sanctioned for providing support to Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB. So let's take a look at this. We know that Tornado Cash was developed by a company called Pertsev, and that corporation was domiciled in Delaware. Pertsev was both founder and CEO. That said, Pertsev has also reportedly worked with a company called Digital Security. Now, Digital Security, which is a Russian entity, was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department, same as Tornado Cash. Digital Security was flagged by OFAC for providing material and technological support to the FSB. If you go to the Treasury Department's website, you will see a press release from June of 2018. In that announcement, the Treasury Department listed Digital Security as one of the entities being sanctioned and why. It said, quote, as of 2015, Digital Security worked on a project that would increase Russia's offensive cyber capabilities for the Russian intelligence services, to include FSB. And further, there's a video from January of 2018 showing Pertsev commenting on North Korean hacking schemes. In this video, Pertsev is shown as working for Digital Security. It shows him standing next to a slide with the company logo and contact information. That contact information had an email address of a.pertsev@dsec.ru. DSEC standing for Digital Security and RU being Russia. So this case gets weirder. Now remember, we just reported the other day that Pertsev has been denied bail. Further, the Dutch government can hold him for up to 110 days without charging him. A Dutch judge sent him back to jail for 90 days, which is really a strong move for just a developer of an open source tool available to anyone. What if Pertsev's arrest really has nothing to do much with Tornado Cash? What if Tornado Cash is just an excuse? What if what's going on is that when they ran across Pertsev during Tornado Cash, but they were actually after him for something else? That could fit the pattern of what's going on here, because they haven't charged him with anything. They haven't really said much other than he's suspected of money laundering and enable criminal flows of money. What if they're stalling to put together a bigger case around him? And as strange as this story has already gotten, I wouldn't be too surprised. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. Take care of yourselves, but take care of each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.